Well, greetings and hello there, everybody. It's me, your beloved Star Wars dad, Nooch Too Good, and a lot of you guys have been asking me to show you counters to Galactic Legends. You're telling me that what you really want to see out there are counters to the Galactic Legends in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. So we're going to start that journey today. We're going to take a look today at counters to Jabba the Hutt. We're going to look at 5v5 counters. We're going to look at and their cleanups, and then 3v3 counters and their cleanups for Jabba the Hutt. Of course, this will mostly be in Grand Arena. What I'm going to do is I'm going to remove all datacrons from the equation, so we have a clean, clear look at how it works. We're going to take all levels of Grand Arena, and we will discover and see who counters Jabba the Hutt in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. So here we go. The first thing to point out is the win percentage against Jabba is 58.56%. So he's a pretty good holding Galactic Legend. And I'm starting here right now with other Galactic Legends against Jabba the Hutt. Again, we're not using any datacrons. You can see here that Supreme Leader Kylo Ren with First Order Officer, and most of the differences you're going to see over here are going to be Boba Fett or Embo. The base four is going to be Jabba, Boushh, Leia, Chrysanthemum, and Lando, right? So somewhere around the 70% chance, 70% success rate with First Order Officer. Without First Order Officer, you're dropping down to 50%. Hey, don't look at me. I never said don't use First Order Officer in that team. I would have never said that. I scrolled down here a little bit further. I did say that. A little bit further. There we go. Once you put Rey into the team, it goes up another 10 or even more percent. This is against Boba Fett, 83%. And against Embo, it's 89%. So Rey increases the odds by a lot. And for me, I found that I can just go with Kylo and Rey and be done with it. Let's see here. We got Jedi Master Kenobi. And again, guys, you're looking at the difference between Boba Fett or Embo here. Jedi Master Kenobi is 63% against Boba Fett, but only 45% against Embo. You Sith Eternal and Darth Bane, 84% against that Boba Fett team, 86% against Embo. You're actually seeing less success with Boba Fett. I know that a lot of people kind of prefer to have Embo on that team because they want to have Boba Fett for other stuff, for offense and everything. But if you put Boba Fett, it's a little bit tougher to kill Jabba. So just be aware of that as we're looking at these Galactic Legend counters. A mirror match, 73%. A mirror match against Embo, 71%, somewhere in the 70% range for a mirror match. Lord Vader coming on strong. Lord Vader with Maul, I should say, coming on strong at 86%. There's another Jedi Master Kenobi variant, this time without, what is it missing there? Without Padme. Without Padme, and put gas in instead, 80%. A lot of you guys don't want to use gas there. You're trying to use gas in his own team. So again, just stuff to keep in mind. Leia Organa, 76% against Jabba, Lord Vader, etc. We'll just keep going down here. I want to see, is that kind of all of our Galactic Legends we got? What about Jedi Master Luke? Jedi Master Luke with Cal Kestis not doing so well. This will be the first one. Let's take a close look here at what happens when we don't win. Are we cleaning out like all the others? Yeah, we're cleaning out everything except Jabba pretty consistently, or Jabba and Chrysanthemum somewhat consistently. Not really all, even without that. Yeah, you're leaving a lot of stuff there. So I'm just saying Jedi Master Luke, not a very good way to go here. Some other combos here with your teams, but if you get the basics there, that kind of tells you what's going on. Do we have Ahsoka? Oh, there's Rey. Rey is not doing very well. Now, is Rey cleaning out the sides? What I want to see here is, are these Galactic Legends cleaning out everybody? Oh, everybody except Boba Fett. Everybody except Boba Fett. That's kind of odd. Rey is also not doing a very good job of cleaning off like the extra characters, because what you're trying to do is, if you don't finish Jabba the first time through, you want to leave it with a very easy cleanup for another team, and that's not happening with Rey nor with Jedi Master Luke. So they're not good counters there. Trying to find an Ahsoka counter. Let's go back up here and let's sort it by just Ahsoka. Let's sort it by just Ahsoka. And just view those battles. Ahsoka's doing pretty darn well here. Ahsoka's kind of crushing Jabba, to be honest. So it looks like it's almost an auto. A few times when it's not working. Well, that's with Fulkerman there. She doesn't really go in that team. This team should have Yeah, this team should have Ezra Exile. When Ezra Exile's in there with the rest of the team, you're doing really well against Jabba with Ahsoka. Let's take a look at your non-galactic legends now. Now, I know these are the battles that a lot of you guys want to see. Notice that the win rate with non-galactic legends against Jabba drops to 20%. But in a lot of cases, your goal isn't really to take out Jabba with that non-galactic legend. You're just trying to get in there and maybe clean out the sides. It's 1.4% for your traditional, Talzin, Daka, Marin, Night Sisters, right? 1.4%. Not very often. It can be done. You put it on a auto basic, and in the right situation, if everything comes together, you can win the battle. But even if you don't win, you're clearing out everything except Jabba on a lot of occasions. You're really giving yourself a pretty easy cleanup with those Night Sisters. Now, there's a lot of battles here. A lot of people are doing this, and this is a very common way to get everything but Jabba cleared out. And we will take a look at just clearing off just Jabba here in a moment. But if you really want to start off strong and just clean off everything and two-shot it pretty cleanly, this Night Sister team is a really good way to go. Hey, look at Afra here. 45% Afra winning against Jabba the Hutt. And again, guys, well, let's take one quick note there. That's Darth Vader on the team. Darth Vader and IG-88. I removed all Datacrons from this, so you're not seeing any Datacrons. Obviously, as we talk about all these counters, Datacrons, mods, Zetas, of course. Datacrons and mods can have a big difference here with your counters and whether they work or not. So just keep that in mind. It can all change up with one really solid or Datacron and apply to a specific character, or just one really good Datacron, a better Datacron than their guy, better mods. It all plays into effect here. But Dr. Afra is doing pretty well. That's a Gear 12 Dr. Afra taking out Jabba there. So that's a really good counter when you look at Dr. Afra against Jabba. That's at 50%, basically, let's sort it the other way. When we lose, I don't know if we're going to be able to get to that middle tier. There's a lot of battles here with Afra against Jabba, and it's about 50% with Darth Vader on the team. I don't see a lot of clearing out the sides here. Give me a moment. I'm going to try and scroll for a little bit. We're starting to see some action where we cleaned out. There's 98 more results found not displayed due to limits. Afra's kind of looks like it's almost an all or nothing, but Afra's with Darth Vader and there's 45%. That's probably the best counter we're going to see here. There's those Night Sisters again. Traya, again, it's only 6%, but if we show it to you, it's the same deal here. Let's do this descending. Even when you don't beat Jabba with Traya, you're cleaning out all of the sides from him. And I've done this a few times too. You can take out Boush Leia and Boba Fett and Embo and Kersantin and Skiffguard Lando, leaving yourself just Jabba as a solo galactic legend to take out. And that's very doable with some other teams in your roster. So if you're looking for a two-shot against Jabba, starting off with Night Sisters or Traya is going to be a pretty good way to go. Starkiller's at 41%. That's with Old Ben and Visas Mar on the Starkiller. Down here's with Old Ben and Visas Mar. Okay, that's going to be the other. We'll look for some more Starkillers, but Starkiller 41% and 47% against Embo. Embo's definitely performing worse here. So really, that's just a good option as well. Starkiller against Jabba is doing very, very well. There's more Afra action, kind of mixing up this time with B2 instead of, well, B2 is at 66% with Vader instead of IG. So keep that in mind. If you don't. Honestly, I don't know the Grievous team. As you get farther in the game, that Grievous team isn't really doing anybody any good. So maybe you throw B2 in there instead and up your percentages against Jabba. At 66% with the right Datacrons and probably with good modding, you're going to have a lot of success with Dr. Afra in there with B2 especially and Darth Vader. Reva's at 74%, crushing Jabba. Hey, CLS is only at 4%. Let's see if he's clearing off the sides, though. That's what I really want to see. That's looking pretty good so far. Now it's fading really quickly. And I'm going to say that CLS is not a good option for starting off on Jabba. So right now, the best start teams would be Traya and Night Sisters to get Jabba started. The Gungans at 53%. No one expected the Gungans dropping in here, and with no Datacrons at 53%, they're a pretty good little counter here to Jabba. Nice. Gas coming in at 6%. Let's see. I'm not really thinking he's going to be a great counter here, but again, is he cleaning off the sides? The answer is no. He's not really doing that either. So Gas is not a good starting team here for Jabba either. Darth Bane solo, 49%. That's okay. That's as good as a lot of other counters we've had here, but I'd rather use Darth Bane in places where he's 100%. But coming in at 50%, not so bad. Hey, here's one. Bo-Katan at 25%. So Bo-Katan is pretty much an accepted counter, and I think you can get some good datacrons to help that Bo-Katan team. And then let's see if when she doesn't win, look at that guy. This guy was kicking himself, almost had it. Yeah, she's doing a pretty good job clearing off the sides as well. Bo-Katan is about a 60% looks like for clearing off the full team or getting the sides cleared off there. A little bit more action. There's CLS against Embo. Wow, it's a much higher percentage against Embo than Boba Fett. We're learning here that Embo is worse defensively than Boba Fett, but a lot of people just want to keep Boba Fett for other stuff. I think that's going to be the extent of it. Grievous is Grievous clearing off anything at all? Nah, Grievous sucks. Grievous is really not useful in the game right now unless you have stat maybe. There's those Phoenix. I've done this more than once. Phoenix to come in. Now 15% just winning is not bad, but they're not showing great success. I don't know why I'm having success. Maybe when I run up against bad mods on my Jabba teams, I can clear off everything except the sides, but it's not working that great here. So I don't know, that's worked for me. I think that's enough of us looking at teams. So pretty much if you want to get started, let's look at Grand Inquisitor here. Reva was a winner. Grand Inquisitor not looking so strong. So, Darth Revan. Let's look at that. Darth Revan taking a beating. What about Darth Malgus as a lead? Let's go pull that up. And I want to see the Geos are just going to be like a nothing burger. Yeah, that's no good. Let's go check a Darth Malgus here on offense. Malgus. There we go. I'm just going to pull that up. We know the characters that'll be on that. 0% and nah. I mean, clearing off a couple characters, but not really doing much for you. So, if you're looking to get started against Jabba for a 2-team clear without a Galactic Legend, it looks like your best bets are going to be Traya Night Sisters with Marin in there, or your, I mixed my teams up. Talzin Night Sisters with Marin in there, or your Traya team. Now, let's take a look at some Jabba cleanups. So, we're at 53% on the cleanups, and I'm not going to bring in Galactic Legends, and I'm only going to bring in the Jabba solo cleanups. I'm not going to bring, it'll get too deep if we go there anyway, so you get the idea. Hey, Jabba cleanups right off the bat, these top 3. CLS, not a great way to start, a great way to finish. Imperial Troopers, finish them off. And that's, again, there's no datacrons here, guys, so we're not looking at a Gideon cron here. There's no datacrons involved here. And then Gas, also a great cleanup. Wampa, don't try it. Don't try it. Jabba has high ground. Hey, there's a Mandalorian team cleaning up Jabba. That's pretty nice. I like that too. Geos are not working. Afra's an easy cleanup. Don't even have to use Vader on that one. Bo-Katan, we're seeing that the teams that do well against Jabba, I don't think Trey is going to do very well here on cleanup those. So anyway, Afra, Bo-Katan, your Grand Inquisitor is okay. Bad Batch is a no-fly. Mon Mothma there with Cara Dune and Kyle Katarn, and then Wigs, Wedge and Biggs. That's 85%. That's a pretty good cleanup too. Star Killer cleanup. Phoenix are 90% on the cleanup. A lot of cleanup options for you here. If you leave Jabba, even these bounty hunters, look at that. If you leave Jabba as a solo, so if you start off with your Traya or your Night Sister team, get it down to just Jabba, it leaves you a lot of different options to come up and clean up Jabba here in your 5v5 matches. So yeah, Traya is not a good option to clean up. She's a good start, a good way to clean off the sides, not a good way to clean up. Adrad's a bad cleanup too. So Darth Malgus is cleaning it up as well. So Gungans are cleaning it up. Ewoks are even 42%. Imagine that with Nisa in there. 42% cleanup. Shock T clones at 65%. So a lot of teams will come in and clean up Jabba the Hutt when he's left alone. Let's go. There's our. I like this one. I like using my Peridea pals here to clean it up as well. Let me look at one thing. I'm going to look at Peridea pals against the 5v5 with the full team and see how that works. So your Peridea pals are actually looking okay. This is kind of the most common team. That's Stormtrooper. I've been using Scout Trooper and TIE Fighter Pilot. I don't find that really. Here we go. That's 40% again on a cleanup. So they're doing okay. You're seeing some good mixing and matching here with you. I mean, there's lots of different Imperial Troopers that are being used here. They're really good at cleaning up Jabba, that's for sure. And they're even okay at just going in against a Jabba team regular, at the beginning. And they're doing okay with getting this. I'm going to say they're going to be a better cleanup team than they are just going in straight against Jabba. Let's go look at our 3v3 matchups. And let's start off with our Galactic Legends against Jabba 3v3. We're at a 73% win rate with Galactic Legends fighting Jabba. Kylo's a win. Jedi Master Kenobi's looking really good there. Leia's looking less good than those two guys, 3v3. Sith Eternal and Bane looking really strong off the top. Let's keep going down there. Leia's not doing very well against Jabba, 3v3. 5v5, yes. 3v3, not so much, not so much. Jedi Master Luke is just equally bad here. People are trying it. I mean, are we clearing off like everybody except Jabba here? Is that like the goal? Seems like a weird goal to use for a Galactic Legend for. A lot of these battles. I gotta scroll down here. Hang on. I'm just trying to see if Jedi Master Luke is leaving us with just a Jabba solo. Yeah, he is. Is that the best way to go about it? I doubt it. I doubt that using one Galactic Legend to leave a solo. Although if you think about it, the solo cleanup's going to be similar. It's going to be different 3v3. Like, those Imperial Troopers are not going to be as good 3v3 cleanup here, I don't think. So, but Jedi Master Luke can be the way to start off and get yourself down to a solo Jabba more often than taking him out. There's no Cal in that team. Lord Vader with Maul is not nearly as good as it is 5v5. Not even close. Not even close. There's a regular Sith Eternal team. That's only at 8%. Let's go down here again. And I want to see if he's clearing off the sides. I think he probably is. And yeah, you can see here that Sith Eternal, just regular Sith Eternal with Wat Tambor, just leaving a solo Jabba out there. So we're going to definitely take a look at these solo Jabba counters here shortly, because it might be really important to know there. We keep going down the ladder. I'm looking for anything. There's Lord Vader, Piet, and Maul just at 50%. Jabba versus Jabba, that's a solo Jabba there. Jabba versus a solo Jabba. Rey is again not doing very well. This looks very similar. Honestly, the 3v3 counters, it's more success for Kylo. It's less success for Lord Vader. It's more success for Jedi Master Kenobi. But the counters are honestly pretty similar here when you look at these Galactic Legend counters for Jabba. Let's pull up Ahsoka real quick and just see what she looks like in the 3v3 AHS. There we go. She was basically 100%, and she's still 100%. Yeah, 100% 3v3, 100% 5v5 with a few, girlfriend or wife tapping on the screen, or boyfriend maybe. I don't know. Maybe that's what you got. But yeah, so mostly Ahsoka's doing really well here. Let's take a look at our non-GL counters for Jabba in 3v3. As we get into 3v3s right off the bat, Mother Talzin doing better. Afra and Starkiller doing much worse. Afra's doing much worse. That's a giant drop off on Afra, Dr. Afra in 3v3s. Let's take a look at these Night Sisters as well. That's a lot of battles. I probably will not be able to get. Let's try and sort it by ascending here and see if anybody's cleaning off the sides here. I don't know, but you know what? It's going to be pretty difficult to see this. Yeah, that's I don't know, man. I don't know. So, Night Sisters are doing better. This looks like it's almost a hit and miss at 20%. Trying to get to the losses here. Hold on. Watch me scroll, baby. Nope, I'm not going to get there. People are using the Night Sisters pretty consistently. That's the highest number of battles for a non-Galactic Legend team of any. And so I'd say you're in pretty good shape by doing this, either taking out Jabba at 22% or clearing off Boushh, Leia, and Kersantin out there and then bringing in another team. Afra, not looking strong. Not looking strong at all. She takes a big hit here. I do want to see how she's doing with those sides. The feedback I take away from that is that Darth Vader makes a huge difference on that Afra team. And when you're going 3v3, you're just going with the droids. And doing okay on some of these battles of clearing off the sides, but really not even having that much success doing that. So Afra 3v3, not strong. Starkiller at 35%. Again, I think you're going to get the sides cleaned off with that. There's those Night Sisters again. Trey's at 4%. Let's see if she's as successful at getting rid of Kersantin and Boushh Leia for us. And the answer is yes. So Trey, the most consistent teams here we see as the team you want to go in with to start your Jabba 2 shot 3v3, 5v5, whatever you want, is Treya. That's going to be with Nihilus and Savage, or Mother Talzin. This case with Marin, just Marin on the team. It's better with Asajj, but Daka's doing okay too. Zombie's not doing so hot. But still, even with Zombie, you're taking out the sides. You're leaving a solo Jabba there. How many times have I said taking out the sides today? Look at Quadme there. That's a pretty good counter. I don't remember seeing that in the 5v5. Maybe we'll have to go back and take a look. But yeah, Quadme's kind of crushing it there. Quadme's kind of crushing it. Bane, not doing great 3v3. I think that's worse than 5v5, which is maybe there's just less siphoning going on. I don't know. Bo-Katan stepping up her game at 3v3 at 50%. Again, Celeste not the way to go. Peridea Pal's not the way to go. Are they cleaning it off? Are they leaving you with an easy cleanup here? Not so much. No, not a good idea to start off with your Peridea Pals. Neither is a good idea to start off with Gas. Yeah, Gas again. Yeah, just leaving you empty here. That's Reva's actually not doing as well, not nearly as well. She's only 10% 3v3, and she's not even really taking out the team at all. So Reva 5v5, good. Reva 3v3, they're doing some work again. Let's take a look at Seer Junda. Then we're probably going to move on and take a look at our solo cleanups here in 3v3. Seer Junda, not great. Yeah, let's go look at Gungan's. Gungan's doing much worse 3v3. Much worse 3v3. Let's look at it with the Phalanx here. Are they not even leaving you a good cleanup there? And up here with Tarpals, yeah, no, Gungans are good 5v5, bad 3v3. Hey, what about Great Mothers? What about them? Boy, it's just Night Sister mania here. That was okay. Night Sisters, Great Mothers do okay to leave you some cleanup, but not great. So let's go take a look at the solo Jabba cleanup 3v3. It'll be a little bit different as well. All right, if you got a solo Jabba out there 3v3, note the win percentage. Wow. Jabba 3v3 doing worse against some Galactic Legends, doing overall much better. Jabba 3v3, boys and girls. Afra is almost an automatic cleanup there. Troopers, not really working. CLS, not really working. That's with Han and Chewie. Starkiller working, but boy, did you want to spend Starkiller on a solo Jabba cleanup? Hey, Mandalorian's here. Maul with Gar Saxon Imperial Super Commando, 51%. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good little cleanup. Gas, not working. Peridea Pals working. So maybe you just go with Night Sisters and Peridea Pals, something like that. Night Sisters and then Afra, because Afra's not great 3v3 here, but she's a great cleanup. Night Sisters, a lot of these teams are teams you guys may not have. A lot of people don't have Dr. Afra. They don't have Starkiller. You use them other places. Mandalorian's not a common team. Peridea Pal's not a common team. Bo-Katan, 100% not a common team. Mon Mothma with Cassian and Kyle Katarn is doing pretty well there. Wow, those cleanups, Phoenix are not cleaning up Jabba at all. These cleanups change tremendously when it comes to 3v3. So you better be ready with one of those secondary cleanup teams, because you're in much worse. There's those, we'll take a quad May 5v5. I'm going to do that next. That's my next look, and that'll be the last thing we look at here on this video. So yeah, 3v3 cleanup is rough. Reva drops down to 42%. 3v3 cleanup. Wow. Jabba 3v3, he's a big nasty boy. Seer Junda's doing okay. Gungans are not working. Man, what a difference 3v3 makes. Jedi Knight Luke, Hermit Yoda, and Cal Kestis are cleaning up Jabba 3v3. And I'm not looking at Galactic Legends as the cleanup. They should do pretty well. You should know your Galactic Legend cleanups. So there you go. That's the cleanup. Let's look at one last thing. I want to look at Queen Amidala with the Poncho Bros versus Jabba 5v5. All right, 78% for Queen Amidala. That's been both full battles and cleanups. 61% here with the full team. 78% here against Embo with the full team. Again, we showed Boba Fett making a 16% difference on defense there. Quad Mate cleaning it up. Solo Jabba at 100%. So Quad Mate's performing pretty well here. 100% with Cam in there. Interesting. But there's not that many battles to really look at. But she is doing pretty well, taking on Jabba in 5v5. And that's going to wrap it up for us today. There you go. There are your counters for Jabba the Hutt in Grand Arena. Hopefully this helps you guys put together some of your battles against Jabba, your one-shot battles, your two-shot battles, whatever it takes for you to clean up Jabba or to take on Jabba in Grand Arena. Let me know which Galactic Legend you want to see next. I'll probably go with whoever's mentioned more in the comments as far as these counters. Hey, have a great day. I will definitely talk to you soon. And of course, always remember, I gotta hit this and hit this. Nooch too good.